What is going on, members of the Burger Empire? Brian here for Body by Burgers. We got an old school video going on, and that's okay. The reason we have the old school video going on is been dealing with a little bit of a minor injury, so to speak. It's an overuse injury, so nothing that literally rest and relaxation won't take care of. But there's some things we do have to talk about when it comes to this minor injury, so to speak. So first off, the weight loss hasn't stopped, even though I can't exercise for like 2 days or more. The weight loss hasn't stopped because I'm continuing to make sure that I'm on point with my diet and my weight loss and everything else like that. So speaking of weight loss, I'm actually 328.5 pounds now. So with the intermittent fasting, with the second time around on weight loss, I'm actually being successful this time. So the scale isn't moving as fast as it was when I dropped my initial 110 pounds, because I had lost like 40 pounds in 2 months. That was just absolutely ridiculous. But right now I'm averaging about 8.5 pounds a month, which is a little bit more of a sustainable number, you know, that 1 to 2 pounds a week. I'm sitting right where I need to be, and things are really good that way. But essentially, where this overuse injury came from was me jumping right back into CrossFit and doing full-time CrossFit training. It's not from the methodology itself. It's not from the movements that you do, anything else like that. I'm not going to bash CrossFit that way. CrossFit is a wonderful, wonderful methodology that makes things just click. My problem was I was overly ambitious and I programmed way too much. And when I did the 10K row, it completely did me in. My rhomboids, my back, everything like that just flared right up, blew up, and essentially yesterday I couldn't even really move my head all that much. Anything between my shoulder blades, especially the rhomboid area, there's this lump on the left side that just develops, and it has to be broken down and through massage and chiropractor, and then some rest, and I'm good to go for about a month or so, and then it flares up again. It is what it is, and a massage and chiropractor take care of that. So, you know, we'll be more diligent when it comes to massage and chiropractor care going forward. But that is what happened with myself. Just dumb mistake. I probably could have cut back the volume a little bit, or on the off chance that I went and did a workout too soon from my last chiropractor adjustment, you know, when I fell off of the wall at the Spartan race, might have something to do with it. So either way, lesson learned. Now I know we're moving forward. When I come back and I'm back in the gym, we have 2 weeks to the Festivus Games. So yeah, pressure's on, and I'm excited, nervous, and pretty much every emotion that you're going to see going forward from that. But now that we've gotten my personal business out of the way, got some CrossFit news to cover. The big news, we basically have Matt Frazier using his engineering degree way sooner than he was expecting to do it. If you follow him on Instagram, you'll see that he is literally tearing apart a barn and rebuilding it. Yeah. You got a glimpse of it. The Buttery Bros featured it a little bit in one of their videos, and he's been posting much of it on Instagram. And on the road to the games from the CrossFit YouTube channel last year, you do see that he went out to this plot of land to look at it, and he did purchase it, but he wants to make a gym out of it that is much, much bigger and better than Dan Bailey's. That's his goal, and he's looking like he's well on his way to doing. He's worked solid on it for 2 weeks straight. But yeah, scrap metal is a thing apparently at an old farm. But the biggest news coming from the CrossFit community is the CEO of the company, Jeff Kane, has resigned effective September 1st. Now, first off, this was news to me that I didn't know that there was actually a CEO that was above Greg Glassman. I thought it was just Greg Glassman's gone crazy this whole year, but over the past 12 to 18 months, they've actually had a CEO by the name of Jeff Kane. His purpose and his entire reasoning for being brought into the company was simply to streamline CrossFit and make the focus of CrossFit back on the health community and the health aspects of it. Not so much the spectacle of the games or what games athletes do, but for the average everyday Joe. Now, they do believe through the elimination process of the or the regional competitions and the CrossFit Media Division, not the YouTube channel itself, because we do see some healthy meal ideas and some old people exercise on there by using washer fluid jugs or broom handles and things like that. We do still see that on there. YouTube is the only thing social media wise that they've kept going, but the entire immediate team, most recognizably, people like Arm and Hammer, the Buttery Bros, they all got let go because there was a lot of focus towards what CrossFit Games athletes do, and that's not what Greg Glassman wanted. So he did bring in this Jeff Kane, made him the CEO. They streamlined the entire process, getting rid of regional competitions, getting rid of the CrossFit Media Division. And the reason that they were doing this is CrossFit as a whole, when it came to the time of the games, was, believe it or not, losing money. So when they decided we can't lose money anymore, hemorrhaging money is a bad thing for a company, which clearly is a bad thing for a company, especially when you're hitting that 10 plus year mark. You expect to lose money for the first 5 years when you start a business, but after that, you are going to start to profit. And seeing as they weren't profiting, they decided that it's time to do some cutbacks. They've done the cutbacks, and after this 18-month reign of Jeff Kane, they do believe that they've made the cutbacks needed to become a profitable company and focus back on to where Greg Glassman's original vision is for the company of CrossFit. So going forward after 2020, there's a lot of changes. So first off, the CEO changes. We're getting sanctional events that CrossFit will only be involved with by inviting athletes. Other than that, they have nothing to do with it, so there's no burden of expenses placed on the CrossFit Games company, or the CrossFit as a company, coming from the sanctionals. We have so many of them now. I think we have like 33 sanctionals. So much news to cover, and hopefully, crossing my fingers, life pans out so that I can either go to maybe like the Rogue or one of the invitational events or the sanctional events here in Canada. But regionals still no longer a thing. The Open is in like a month and a half, and we're going to continue with the Open, which is probably one of the bigger revenue sources for the company itself. Every person that enters the Open has to pay $20, and last year there was like 200,000 people that did it or something like that. So yeah, there's a lot of money that can be made for CrossFit there, and then the CrossFit Games in itself. There's no specific numbers coming back from the CrossFit Games to say that they hemorrhaged money this year, but I'm thinking with the news of the CEO Jeff Kane resigning, that most likely they made money this year, which means his job was done. So it was a mutual agreement for the split between Jeff Kane and Greg Glassman and the company CrossFit. So basically they've become more effective. They've become more streamlined. They've just done what they've needed to do as a company, apparently. These are changes that you may, or myself may or may not agree with, because I still think regionals is a thing that needs to be around, especially to eliminate so many athletes. It's chaos, and if we're gonna have to run 3 events with 150 plus athletes, it's gonna be nuts next year. But we'll see. Everything's a learning curve, and the sport as we know it is growing and is changing. I'm going to do my best to try and keep up with my daily vlogs, how I'm doing with my weight loss progress, and the news for the CrossFit Games. But that is the video today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure to like the video. Put a comment in the comment section down below if you're attending any of the sanctional events come 2020, or if you're competing in either the Festivus Games or the CrossFit Open. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It is the only way to become a member of the Burger Empire. And until next time, everybody, as always, Burger Power.